Going on, Jerome's. So your Minnesota Vikings have been very unique in that they have built up a pantheon of UDFA legends. Jumpin' John Randall, Adam Jerome, Ezekiel Thielen, CJ Ham, the marvelous Marcus Sherrills, of course, Ivan Pace Jr., who's going to look really good number 0, by the way. 0 goose egg, D'Angelo Russell. Maybe that's why Kwesi says F them picks if we're so good at UDFAs. Also, Najee Thompson in there, too. But enter a guy who could add his name to that list in Gabriel Murphy, the pride of UCLA. And I'm really hyped. So I love the draft class, don't get me wrong. But guys like Gabriel Murphy, Dwight McLaughlin, as well as Bo Richter, fantastic name, by the way. I mean, some of these dudes have legitimate shot to make the rooster or the practice squad build up and grow and show and be a little something in this league. And of course, yes, pictured Vikings edge rusher Gabriel Murphy sacking crooked Chicago Bears future quarterback bust Caleb Williams. Perhaps you've heard of him. Good times. And what's unique is that so Gabe has a twin brother, Grayson. They played 3 years at North Texas, and then they went to UCLA together for the last 2 years. Paired up with Latu and became one of the most fearsome pass rushing trios in the FBS. And Grayson's no slouch either. He had 5 sacks last year in camp with the Dolphins. Which I don't. How do we not get both of them? Kwesi, man, come on, man. Of course, Gabriel Murphy wearing number 11 at UCLA. Long story longer. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. And Anthony DeBar should have been used as an edge rusher coming out of UCLA, but it's an argument for another day. But let's talk about Gabriel Murphy today. Background, 23 years young, turns 24 in October. It could be one of the reasons why he went undrafted. 6'2", 247, former 3-star recruit out of Dallas, Texas. Like we said, played 3 years at the University of North Texas, was a stud with his brother. Then he and Grayson both transferred to UCLA in 2022. And 2023 did the damn thing, man. 38 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, which led the nation. 8 sacks, 61 pressures, and a 17.2% pressure rate. Now, what's crazy is that 61 pressures, there was only 8 defenders in all of FBS with 60+. It's amazing, man. So he can certainly get after that quarterback's ass. Combine, 4.68 40, 39.5-inch vert, which was second among edge rushers behind only Dallas Turner, which is good, as well as his 8.88 RAS is really impressive, since that also factors in height, weight, and arm length, which Murphy is short, he's light, and he has short arms. So the fact that he put up those numbers is really damn impressive. And the athletic, there we go. Nailed it. So, draft profile, LanceRline, NFL.com. Draft projection, 5th round. Again, if Gabe Murphy would have been selected in the middle of day 3, no one would have batted an eye. So the fact that the Vikings get him as a UDFA, they did their groundwork, having him as a 30 visit, makes sense, man. Overview. What Murphy lacks in size and length, he makes up for with skill and production. Story of my life. He's short-armed, which will worry teams on the pro level, but his hands are so sudden and polished that it tends to ease concerns. He works his hands and feet in perfect harmony to elude blockers like a shifty runner eluding tacklers. Murphy could struggle to survive against run blockers who square him up, but he typically finds a way to slither out of sustained attempts on the collegiate level. He failed to dominate one-on-one opportunities at the East-West Shrine Bowl practices. What up, Sylvie? But his ability to maneuver into the backfield as a run defender and pass rusher has merit and should give him a shot to become a solid 3-4 edge rusher. And he made the list on the Athletics 2024 best UDFA fits, and this is what they wrote. Vikings, Gabriel Murphy. The Vikings also had a big UDFA class with stats including Doug Nestor, Jeremy Flax, really, and linebacker Dallas Scant. I love Dallas Scant. But Murphy, number 127 on Dane Brugler's final board, looks like he's the best of the group. Undersized with short arms, Murphy is an incredible explosive athlete. Blah, 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 blah. His first step is great, and he's filled with counter moves. So he is a very mature pass rusher, which, I mean, that is a trade-off. When you have a guy who's been in college, played a lot of ball, 5-year starter, generally the game is more developed than someone coming in as a 2 or 3 year starter. But explosive plus athlete, undersized, short arms. So the fact that he's undersized, the fact that he's a tweener, the fact that he's a little bit older, could be one of the reasons why he went undrafted, sort of like what happened with Ivan Pace Jr., but relentless motor. He does have mature pass rush timing. He recovers well when the first option is taken away. He does rush with a plan. I think that he's got high character, high football IQ, extremely coachable. Also, so he had 22 penalties in his college career, but most of them were at North Texas, so he really cleaned things up over the last 2 years at UCLA. And also, I think that I don't necessarily see him as a true three-down player, but as a plus special teamer as well as a platoon pass rusher, yes, I think he certainly could fill that role. So right now, like even though the Vikings are super stacked at edge rusher, I think that Murphy will have a good case for making the 53. So you got Grenard, Van Ginkel, who can also play more off-ball. Dallas Turner is obviously going to be in the mix. Jihad Ward, they picked up in free agency. PJ2 in a contract year. I love him. Andre Carr, the second year, too. Hopefully you can get a little something there. But, I mean, the three UDFA guys, and especially Murphy and Richter, I think they'll make some noise. And I think Murphy, with that chip on his shoulder, I think that he definitely is going to be a factor coming on in. And, of course, it's a passer and get the passer league, and you cannot have enough dudes who can get their own pass rush. Plus, Flores, I'm sure that Flores is going to be uber creative and find ways to have Gernard, AVG, Turner, and maybe even Murphy on the field at the same time in some sort of a NASCAR package. Speed kills. And, Gabriel Murphy certainly has a ton of that, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of this. I was like, a Viking sacking a bear. We've seen that before. But your thoughts are thoughts. Gabriel Murphy, UDFA steal? Question mark. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.